welcome to these sessions on the infancy narratives in the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. We're coming up to Christmas. Not that I want to start singing Christmas carols, but I don't think we do a good job of the Christmas narrative. We tend to leave Christmas for the children, the Christmas pageants, the baby Jesus and cribs. I don't think we really wrestle with the Christmas story as adults to see what they are telling us about the adult Jesus. They may look as if they're talking about a baby, but they are really about the adult Jesus. And this is what I want to do with you tonight. Relook at Christmas for our adult faith. Tonight I'll be doing Matthew and Chris will be looking at Luke. I chose Matthew because I find it clearer, a bit easier. Luke might look like a simple story, but it's really quite complex. I left that for Chris. So take a moment and recall the Christmas story in your own mind. Think of the characters. Think of what happens. You may have remembered Jesus, Mary, Joseph, a manger, a crib, angels, magi or kings, shepherds, Herod. You might have remembered a donkey because you played that part in the school play. I hope nobody mentioned the drummer boy or reindeer and Santa Claus. And in case you're wondering, there is no donkey and nor is there an innkeeper. So if that happened to be your role in the grade 2 pageant, it might be a bit shocking to discover they're actually not in the biblical story. That some of the things that have crept into the crib have come there in history. They're a fantasy that as the Christmas story has grown up, as cribs have begun to be built, they've been added to the story. But they're not what Luke or Matthew wrote about. Usually adults end up with a bit of a dog's breakfast as they remember all of Christmas. They mix Luke and Matthew together. One suggestion I have, if you work in a parish or even in a school, focus 1 year just on Matthew and present the crib as if you were telling Matthew's story. So that year you will have the magi, you will have the presents, you won't have shepherds. If you're looking at Matthew, you will have a star. Then the next year, have a sign up, the Gospel according to Luke. And that's the year you'll have a lot of shepherds and sheep. You won't have a star and you won't have magi because the two stories are different. And it's a help if in your parishes or in your school, you can help people to sort out that we do have two different Christmas or infancy narratives. And usually Catholics have never actually read the stories in the Bible. We leave the Bible to the Protestants. But if you did pick up the Bible and read the story of Matthew, and then turn over and read the story of Luke, oh my God, they're different. Is it the same child? We never really come to grips with two different stories. When I was a child, we didn't have Bibles at school. We had something called a Bible history book, and it told all the biblical stories as if they were history. And what's more, there were pictures, so we could visualize the history of this event or that event, which was no help at all for understanding the Bible as an adult. Now, I want to share screen with you. Looks like I've lost it. End.